Well, I tell you, I've had a string of good luck this week that I'm not accustomed to. I actually make, I don't know, rib my dad. He seems like he just always has good luck. You know, 30 people will buy a lottery ticket. He'll pick one up, it's $10,000. I could buy a lottery ticket every minute of my life and never win. So it started out, you know, it's just, you know, a lot of stress this week. And let's see, where to start out with. Oh, I know what it was. So I backed into someone the other day. And the thing is, and I explained this in a previous video, I only moved backwards about a foot. And she was coming out of, so here's the back of the truck. So she's coming out of a gas stall. You know, she just filled up with gas. And she comes in and swings in real close to me. So I back up a foot. My wheels are not even outside the parking lines. You know, the lines that you park in between. I'm still inside of that. So I pull up a little bit just so, you know, I can get off her bumper. But she had already, and I didn't know this at the time, went past a little bit. So her wheels in the picture that I took are still turned. So she's turned to the left. So she has hit me, or we've collided right here. You can see a little bit of scuff mark in the paint. So we collided, and she came and was swinging. And the thing is she was still in a turning motion. If she'd have continued, she'd still be turning for a second or two more. Well, she called the police. The police didn't want to come, which now I realize it was a great thing. So I called the insurance company, let them know, you know, I was involved in an accident, parking lot. They called me back, I think the next day, and wanted me to get my truck fixed. And I said, well, it doesn't need fixed. So then I had to go get my driver's license renewed. And you all should know by now that I was just absolutely terrified of getting my driver's license renewed, because I didn't know if I was going to be able to pass the eye exam. You know, a few years ago, I think I've gotten a cataract. Well, I'm pretty sure now, because Carolyn has seen the cataracts in my eye. So I don't want to go and get it fixed. I just don't like doctors. I don't trust them at all. I'm not scared of them. I just don't trust them. Well, I guess you can call that scared. I don't know what you call that. But I was going to go if I had to, so I could drive. So I'm 2 months early. So I thought, well, if I don't pass the eye exam, I can go right over to Walmart, try to get an eye exam. I don't know if they take appointments or you know what, but whatever needed to be done. And you know, I just go ahead and get the surgery scheduled. I don't know what it involved, but I figured I probably could get it done within the next 2 months at least, if we got it scheduled quickly. But I didn't want to spend that kind of money. I mean, I think it was going to be for the regular surgery, not the LASIK, but regular surgery, I think it was $3,000. And LASIK is much more expensive. I find that interesting. LASIK's more expensive. It's supposed to be the easier surgery, but I guess because the equipment's expensive, I don't know. So go take the eye exam at the driver's office, and I passed. I was just, oh, what a huge relief. So as you know, I have been really stressing. Not that I had an accident, yeah. Not that I was worried about the cost and all that of the accident. Let's put it that way. I was stressing because, you know, it's been 38 years and I've never had an accident where I bumped into another vehicle. Now, I've hit deer, 2 deer actually, and I've hit a tree. I backed into a tree, and then I still have a dent where I was dealing with the camper, and I backed into a pole. It was a very low pole. You couldn't see it. It just wasn't there. So but I was certain that anybody who was going to analyze this was going to say it was my fault because I was backing up. And the general rule of thumb, if you're backing up and you hit someone, you're at fault. That's the general rule of thumb. So I would imagine if the police would have come out, they would have just looked at it and said, yeah, you were backing up and you hit him. Because I would not have been prepared to give a statement at that point. I needed time to think about it. Look at pictures, look at the situation. But you know, at the scene, I was busy trying to orchestrate what I needed to get, insurance cards. So I wasn't prepared to give a statement. So I'm glad the cops didn't show up, because I would have just given a bad statement. But I had time to think about all the things that occurred. You know, I backed up a foot. I'm not sure I would have said that to the police at the moment. But when I was looking at the pictures, I realized, hey, my back wheels are still inside the parking spot. I'm still in my designated area. Which I wouldn't have done that with the police officers there, because I didn't look at the pictures. And I certainly wasn't looking. That poor dog, she does not like me making videos. But I certainly wouldn't have, I certainly didn't look at the actual scene at the time. I'm sorry, hon. She really hates that. So, you know, I use AI a lot, and I know everybody thinks that's evil, but it does help me organize my thoughts quite a bit. So I sat down with AI after the accident, after I called the insurance company and all that, to try to organize my thoughts, upload pictures, brainstorm with AI, and I realized, oh, I'm inside the lines, which got me to thinking, I didn't back up that far. And then I got to looking at her car and the way it was angled. If we would have backed her car up, because her wheels were turned and she went past me, if we'd have backed her car up back to the moment of impact, she would have only been a few inches away from me. So me backing up even a little bit, she was basically in my parking spot. So when the adjuster called, my adjuster, now Progressive, her insurance company, has endlessly tried to get a hold of me. They've messaged me, wanted me to take an online thing, you know, to answer questions online. I said no to that. They've called me. So they called me after my insurance company called me. So yesterday, my insurance company calls, and I tell them, I had AI write out my script, what I wanted to say, so I didn't forget anything. And I still forgot something. So I read it all out, the whole thing. I was in my parking area, I have pictures, I backed up a foot. She said it was her fault, she didn't have a horn. She said she was in a hurry. And so while when I got to the end of that, I said, oh, and one thing I wanted to point out that I didn't have in my script was the daughter said, Mom, we have to go. I'm late for practice. So you know that they were in a hurry. She even admitted she was in a hurry and was trying to get ahead of me before I backed out. So I had all that written out, whereas I think if the police would have showed up, I would have just simply said I was backing up and I bumped into her. Because, you know, like I said, you're busy trying to get all the information, the phone numbers, the insurance information. So I'm telling you, so the best news that could have ever happened on this accident was just absolutely phenomenal. So I told my insurance agent all that, or insurance company, And at the end of the phone call, she says, yeah, I think we're going to deny this claim, or, you know, where I wasn't being held responsible. They're not going to pay. Well, it wasn't 45 minutes later, maybe an hour later, hour and 15, something like that. Progressive calls me. And I know exactly what happened. They called the lady that I bumped into, and they told her they weren't going to pay. And well, she panicked, and she called Progressive back and said, hey, they're not going to pay. Well, she has liability. Think about this. If she has liability, nobody's going to pay for her car. My insurance company isn't going to pay for it. Her insurance company isn't going to pay for it. So she calls her insurance company and says, hey, they're not going to pay. So Progressive, calls me. Not very long after my insurance company called me. Here's the thing, is I've already told them twice that I wasn't going to talk to them. So they call and they say, yeah, we need to ask you a few questions. And I said, I don't think I'm supposed to talk to you. I said, I don't feel comfortable talking to you. So if you need my statement, just go to State Farm, call State Farm. I'm sure they'll give it to you. Because I won't say anything that I didn't tell them. Whatever I told them, I'll tell you. So I'm going to decline. And he says, no, you're typically, on these type of accidents, we want everybody's side of the story. I said, at this point, I don't think that's a good idea. Go ahead and call State Farm. So I feel pretty good that State Farm is not going to pay. I'm feeling pretty good about that. They were pretty confident that unless something drastically changed, she said, they weren't going to pay. Well, I don't know what drastically would have changed. I sent the pictures, which clearly indicate I'm still inside my parking box. So that means I'm still accident free. Somebody bumped into me. And the thing is in reality, let's just say I was backed up just that foot in my parking spot, which would have been completely legal, and she hit me, and I wasn't even in the truck. She swung out way too far, is the point I'm trying to make. There was no reason to swing out all the way out to me. I forget who it was, AI or the insurance company, maybe both. Both said that if I'd have T-boned her, you know, my entire bumper had hit the side of her car, that would be my fault. But since it was a glancing blow at the side of my bumper and her fender, it really does, I mean, the pictures are so clear. It really does look like she was hitting me, and you can see that the scratch marks. So anyway, I'm really grateful. The thing I'm sure that's going to happen, and has me absolutely worried, is I'm pretty sure that these people live around here. So they know where I live because they have my insurance information. They know my phone number. As a matter of fact, when we pulled out of the gas station, I followed her. She was going down to the school to go to practice. So if she'd have been paying attention in the rearview mirror, she'd have saw where I lived, because I turned in. So if they're upset that they can't get their damages fixed, I'm worried they're going to call me. So I checked into that, and all I'm supposed to say is, well, you'll need to call my insurance company. I don't know why they're not paying, or, you know, whatever. That's and of course they're going to tell me, you know, probably tell me, well, you said that, you know, whatever, and they're going to make me want to justify. But everything I said was 100% the truth. I absolutely made sure there was no lies in what I said. My perspective of what I saw, what she said, and I even warned her, you need to stop talking. And she just wouldn't. She just kept saying things. You know, the horn didn't work. If I didn't know that, I wouldn't have been able to tell the insurance company that. So I'm feeling really good about all this now. I mean, it's been a really good week. I'm going to jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. I really appreciate it. Go check it out. So if I can inspire you, I don't know, have some good luck occasionally so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.